chosen one, pause for a moment and hear this clearly, because this message did not reach you by coincidence, and pretending you didn't hear it will not stop what has already been set in motion. It was directed to you with intention, meant to stir something ancient and powerful within you, to awaken what has been quietly forming beneath the surface, and to ready you for what you were always meant to step into. You are here because a shift has already taken place, and the reason part of you feels uneasy right now is not fear. It is your nervous system adjusting to a truth that just got bigger than your old frame. That discomfort appears right before the mind loses its ability to stay neutral. A new season has opened, and you crossed its threshold without fully realizing it. This is not chance, and it is not luck. It is confirmation. You have endured more than most, remained steady when everything felt uncertain, and protected your purpose even when pressure tried to wear you down. Heaven has been watching, and now the signal has been released. What once felt stalled is beginning to move, and it will move with a force that cannot be restrained. You passed tests you never knew were unfolding, moments where your choices mattered more than you understood at the time. Among countless lives moving through this world, only a small few are set apart for deeper responsibility, for a calling that reaches beyond the ordinary. You are not here by mistake. Every hardship, every loss, every season of feeling unseen was shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for what comes next. The call you're sensing now is not distant or symbolic. It is immediate. Alignment matters. Presence matters. The time you've been waiting for is no longer approaching. It has arrived. In this message, we will move through 7 chapters designed to reveal why your path unfolded the way it did, what you have already overcome, and what is beginning to open ahead of you. Before we continue, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe if you feel drawn to do so, because this message is meant to reach those who are ready to hear it. If something within you recognizes these words, leave the number 777 inches the comments, not as a habit, but as a signal of alignment, a quiet acknowledgement that you are prepared for what is unfolding. Some people will leave before this ends, not because this isn't true, but because staying would force them to admit something about their life they are not ready to face. If you feel the urge to scroll right now, notice it, because that urge is reacting to the exact place this message is about to touch. That reaction doesn't happen unless something personal is about to be exposed. Truth arrives in layers. Return to this message when you feel led, because each time you do, something new will rise to meet you. Now, let's begin. Chapter 1 unfolds in places most people never notice, the silent testing grounds where your story was being written long before you knew it had begun, before clarity arrived, before direction made sense. You were already under examination, not in public arenas or visible milestones, but in moments so quiet only heaven was paying attention. You were tested in private struggles, in the split seconds where no one would have blamed you for bending, yet you chose to remain true. You were tested in decisions made behind closed doors, when doing what was right offered no reward, no recognition, and sometimes real loss. These were not tests designed for applause, but for depth. The challenges that surrounded you were not random interruptions. They were placed with intention, permitted to reveal what could not be shaken inside you. Your sincerity, your faithfulness, your endurance. Your heart that kept leaning toward God, even when answers were silent. Each betrayal exposed your capacity to forgive beyond logic. Each delay stretched your patience until it became strength. Each disappointment carved humility deeper into you, shaping your spirit in ways comfort never could. Every tear you shed when no one was there to comfort you was not wasted. It was nourishing something that would rise later, while others walked away when the cost felt too high, while many reached for shortcuts, recognition, or easier roads. You stayed when it didn't add up. You chose integrity when compromise promised faster results. You chose meaning over momentary pleasure. You chose obedience in obscurity over validation in the spotlight. You chose the long, unseen path when pride offered a quicker climb. Even when fear spoke loudly, even when weariness settled into your bones, even when loneliness echoed around you, you kept moving. Quietly, faithfully, relentlessly. Heaven never looked away. Every whispered prayer, every late-night tear, every act of devotion offered in exhaustion was seen. Though no one applauded, though no one affirmed you, though no one understood the weight you carried, heaven marked each moment you stood firm. Every time you forgave when it hurt, loved when walking away felt safer, served when retreat seemed justified, heaven responded. You passed trials others never realized were unfolding. You succeeded where many failed without knowing they were tested at all. Those unseen victories placed something upon you long before the world could recognize it. What happened in secret prepared you for what will now unfold in the open. You did more than survive. You overcame. You did more than hold on. You prevailed. And because you proved faithful in the quiet places, you are now being called forward. What comes next is not recognition from people. It is the unfolding of a season marked by heaven itself. Chapter 2 reveals a pattern you've lived through more times than you can count. The season of separation that quietly prepared you for elevation. One of the clearest signs that your path is different has always been the feeling of standing apart. While others found their circles easily, blending into groups, celebrating shared momentum and collective approval, you often felt positioned on the edge, observing rather than belonging. You watched as recognition flowed toward others, as voices were amplified and talents applauded, while your own efforts seemed to disappear into silence. But what felt like being overlooked was never rejection. It was protection. And the hardest part is that protection never felt holy while you were inside it. It felt like abandonment, silence, and being left behind while others moved forward. What appeared as loneliness or exclusion was actually a covering placed over you, guarding the purity of what was forming inside you. In moments when you craved connection or longed to be seen, something greater was happening beyond your awareness. You were being preserved for an assignment that could not survive constant noise, comparison, or crowd influence. This separation was not discipline, it was preparation, a deliberate positioning that kept you away from distractions, from attachments that would have diluted your clarity or pulled you off course before you were strong enough to carry what's coming. The world's inability to fully understand you was not a flaw in your design, it was confirmation of it. You were never built to move with the masses. You were designed to walk a narrower path, to rise without blending, to lead without needing permission. In the quiet stretches where it felt like you had been forgotten, something sacred was taking place. Your inner voice grew stronger. Your discernment sharpened, your resilience deepened. In solitude, you learned to stand without applause, to trust without affirmation, to listen inwardly instead of chasing external validation. The calling ahead of you demands someone who can remain steady when no one agrees, confident when no one confirms, and focused when distractions try to pull attention sideways. The loneliness was not meant to break you, it was meant to align you. It was the unseen hand guiding you away from what was comfortable into what was necessary. Only through distance could your vision clear. Only through isolation could your strength mature. And now, as this season begins to shift, what once felt like abandonment is revealing itself as groundwork. The time of elevation is approaching. The space that separated you is becoming the platform that lifts you. You were never meant to fit into existing molds. You were shaped to rise beyond them. What was hidden is about to be seen, and the very thing that set you apart will soon explain why you were chosen in the first place. Chapter 3 unfolds in the places no one ever applauded, where your hardest battles were fought far from view. Those chosen for greater things often endure their most defining wars in silence, in the hidden corners of life where no audience gathers and no encouragement echoes back. The world may have noticed your achievements, your progress, the moments when you seemed strong, but it never saw the weight you carried when the lights went out. Behind closed doors, inside the quiet chambers of your thoughts and spirit, you were wrestling with things few could comprehend. There were seasons when heaviness pressed on your chest without warning, when anxiety whispered relentlessly, when sadness lingered longer than it should have. There were moments when money felt tight, when provision felt uncertain, when every bill and obligation felt like another chain pulling you down. There were betrayals that cut deep, wounds inflicted by people you trusted, pain that reshaped how you saw the world. You carried all of this without spectacle, holding together what felt impossible to hold. You cried where no one could hear you. You endured pain no one could fully understand. And still, you rose. You showed up when quitting would have made sense. You poured into others even when your own reserves felt empty. You kept believing when belief felt fragile and heavy in your hands. In the quiet hours, when it seemed like you had been forgotten, when your strength felt drained and your spirit tired of pushing forward, you did not surrender. You fought on, unseen. Those private battles were not meaningless. They were shaping something far larger than the moment could reveal. And now, something is shifting. There is movement where there was once stillness. The reward for your silent endurance, your hidden consistency, is drawing near. You didn't anticipate it, but heaven did. A place has been prepared for you, not tucked away in secrecy, but openly, where those who once doubted you will see it clearly. The ones who underestimated you, who questioned your resolve, who dismissed your pain or mocked your faith, will witness what rises from those unseen struggles. Your suffering was never wasted. In the darkness of those private wars, your strength was forged. What emerges now is not only for your benefit, it will stand as visible proof of faithfulness, as living evidence of what perseverance produces when you refuse to let go. When you step into what has been prepared, remember that every tear, every restless night, every moment you chose to continue was shaping this outcome. What the world will see is not just success, but resilience born in secrecy, courage grown in isolation, and a life upheld when no one else knew how close you were to breaking. This season reflects not only your endurance, but the presence that never left you, that carried you through, and is now bringing you forward. The table is ready, the moment is near, and what was suffered in private is about to be honored in the open, right on time. Chapter 4 draws your awareness to something that has always set you apart, even when you couldn't name it, the rare imprint carried by the few who are meant to influence far beyond themselves. Only a small fraction of people walk the earth with a spiritual design strong enough to ripple through generations, and you are among them. This is not about pride or comparison. It is about recognition. There is a mark on your life that has quietly shaped your experiences from the beginning. You likely sensed early on that you never fully fit where you were placed. Your spirit felt too expansive for small spaces, too alive for shallow environments. Casual conversation leaves you empty. Surface-level living never satisfies you. You hunger for meaning, for truth, for connection that reaches below appearances. That hunger was placed there intentionally. It is not a flaw, it is a signal. It separates you, and it prepares you. You were never meant to fade into the background of your own life. You were formed to rise, to influence, to illuminate paths others cannot yet see. That constant pull toward more was never restlessness. It was training. You may have spent years feeling misunderstood, carrying visions that felt too large, dreams that seemed unrealistic to those around you. But that misunderstanding was never evidence of error. It was confirmation of scale. What lives within you cannot be contained by small thinking or narrow expectations. You were not created for an average existence. Your presence is meant to shift environments, to alter emotional and spiritual climates simply by being there. While many are comfortable following familiar paths, you were designed to move ahead of the curve. The road of the few is often quiet, sometimes lonely, but it is sacred. You are being shaped in ways most will never experience. Every resistance you face is refining the strength required for what lies ahead. Opposition is not sent to stop you. It is allowed to prepare you. You will be stretched, challenged, and tested, yet you are already equipped. Your inner design carries endurance, discernment, and wisdom that grows through pressure. That deep longing for purpose you've always felt has been guiding you all along. It is a compass pointing forward, urging you toward what you were born to fulfill. Your calling is not about attention or recognition. It is about impact. It is about legacy. It is about changing lives, sometimes quietly, sometimes profoundly, one at a time. You are here to disrupt cycles, to establish new foundations, to initiate beginnings others will build upon. Even when the path dips into valleys, nothing is wasted. Every delay, every tear, every struggle has been woven into the larger design. There is a fire within you that refuses to go out. When doubt speaks, when fear tries to creep in, that light continues to burn. Those who cannot perceive your value were never meant to define your direction. Validation from the visionless was never required. Those meant to recognize you will see what heaven already knows. You carry something rare. And as you step fully into that truth, the world will begin to acknowledge what has been present all along. Chapter 5 signals a sudden shift in pace, a moment where waiting gives way to movement and everything begins to advance at once. Chosen one, what you sensed approaching is no longer distant. The season you asked for, The one you held onto through long nights and unanswered prayers has arrived. What took others years to build will begin unfolding for you in compressed time, months shrinking into weeks, progress stacking faster than logic can explain. A powerful current is now carrying you forward, and it will feel unlike anything you've known before. Barriers that once refused to move, situations that felt locked beyond effort, will open with surprising ease. You won't need to force access or prove yourself. What was closed is opening because the timing is right. At the same time, certain connections will loosen their grip. People, patterns, and attachments that quietly drained you will fall away with unexpected speed. Some of these endings may sting, but they are clearing room for alignments that support who you are becoming. What belongs with you in this season will find you without pursuit. You won't have to chase it. Opportunities that once felt unreachable will appear naturally, meeting you where you stand. What you believed was lost will return in new form. What seemed delayed will arrive full and overflowing. This acceleration requires readiness, not hesitation. What moves this fast will expose whatever you were still using delay to avoid. And here is the part most people don't want to hear. What moves fast will also expose what is still misaligned. You will not be able to hide behind delay anymore, because delay was the only thing protecting some of your old patterns. This is not the moment to question your preparation or wait for external confirmation. You carry the confirmation within you. You have been authorized to move forward. Fear no longer gets to negotiate. Doubt no longer gets a voice. The thoughts that once talked you out of expansion cannot follow you into what's next. There may be moments when the speed feels intense, when your mind tries to slow what your spirit knows is right. Move anyway. There may be distractions designed to pull your focus sideways. Stay anchored. Each step you take is supported, even when clarity feels partial. Momentum does not require full understanding. It requires trust. What has already been approved does not need to be earned again. You are no longer pushing uphill. You are being carried. You are no longer pushing uphill. You are being carried into authority, no longer surviving from one moment to the next, but entering a flow that sustains you. This rapid movement will stretch you, asking for deeper trust and quicker decisions, but do not fear the pace. You were built for this. The quiet years shaped your capacity. The unseen battles strengthened your core. Every scar you carry holds proof of endurance. Every prayer spoken through exhaustion was recorded. None of it was ignored. What you endured refined you into someone capable of holding what is now arriving. This is not just about receiving opportunities. It's about becoming steady enough to steward them well. You will not lose what comes. You will not mishandle what is entrusted to you. The waiting was not rejection, it was refinement. Now the pause has lifted. Movement is required. Courage is rewarded. Even if your body feels uncertain, move with intention. Even if your voice trembles, speak truth. Even if the ground feels unfamiliar, step forward. Support surrounds you. What began within you will be brought to completion. You are stepping into moments you once only imagined, promises carried through generations now finding you. The shift is active. The momentum is real. This is your time, and it is moving whether fear agrees or not. Chapter 6 reveals a truth many never talk about, that being chosen carries weight, and that weight is intentional. What rests on you is not just favor or blessing, it is responsibility, a sacred trust placed on your life because you were found capable of carrying it. You were never selected simply to receive. You were appointed to steward something far greater than yourself. Your life was not designed to conform quietly or disappear into familiar patterns. You were formed to shift environments, to alter what settles when you arrive. Rooms change when you enter them, even when no one can explain why. Conversations take on new depth because your presence pulls truth to the surface. There are lives connected to your obedience that you have not yet encountered, people who will only find freedom, clarity, or hope because you chose to walk fully into what you were assigned. Your courage will unlock doors for others. Your endurance will become proof that survival is possible. Your story, especially the parts marked by pain, will reach hearts still trapped in darkness. Even your scars will speak louder than explanations ever could. The battles you fought were never just personal. They were preparation for everyone who will draw strength from your rise. What you carry is meant to become a reference point, a living example that escape, healing, and transformation are real. When you move in truth, you don't have to announce it. Your integrity disrupts falsehood. Your presence unsettles compromise. Your authenticity cuts through confusion that keeps others stuck. You are not loud by nature, but you are powerful by design. You carry a kind of disruption that uproots what is false and plants what is real. This is why playing small no longer fits. Comfort can no longer lead you. Convenience cannot guide your decisions. You were shaped by pressure, refined by difficulty, and prepared for impact. Every hardship trained you for visibility you didn't yet have words for. Your life itself has become evidence that faith endures, that perseverance produces, that divine favor is not imaginary. When people encounter you, they encounter proof that change is possible. Your transformation will speak without effort. Your journey will confirm that surrender leads to outcomes no human strategy could achieve. The heaviness you sometimes feel is not punishment. It is also the signal that you are no longer allowed to live casually with what you know. It is the mantle of influence. It is the cost of being trusted with weight. Leadership always carries pressure before it carries honor. You were not chosen because it was easy. You were chosen because you could be trusted to stand when others collapse, to love when resentment feels justified, to lead when blending in would be safer. There is a reason you couldn't quit. There is a reason belief stayed alive even when logic said stop. Your spirit recognized destiny before your mind could explain it. The weight you carry now matches the magnitude of what you will release. Greater responsibility always precedes greater revelation. Nothing in your life has been wasted. You are being entrusted with light in a time that desperately needs it, clarity in an age of noise, truth in a season of confusion. And even now, you are not carrying this alone. Support surrounds you. Strength sustains you. This weight is not evidence of burden, it is confirmation of calling. You were built for this. Chapter 7 brings you to the edge, where endurance gives way to embodiment, where everything you survived begins to reveal what it was shaping you into. You are standing between the life that tested you and the life that is now ready to recognize you. What once wounded you has become protection. What nearly broke you has become strength. Your survival is no longer just a memory. It is evidence that nothing sent against you had the power to end you. Everything that tried to diminish you instead refined you. The unseen realm has been watching every step, every quiet battle, every moment you chose to keep going when giving up would have been easier. You are no longer the one retreating into the background, carrying pain in silence. You are stepping forward as someone marked by victory, standing fully in the light of what you were always becoming. This moment is not about external reward. It is recognition of an identity that was forming long before anyone else noticed. You did not claim this through entitlement. You arrived here through tears, consistency, and faith that refused to collapse under pressure. Every whispered prayer, every lonely night, every sacrifice made without applause was accounted for. Nothing you endured disappeared into nothingness. You moved through betrayal without becoming bitter. You endured delay without losing hope. You survived silence without abandoning belief. You walked through fire and emerged carrying authority you didn't have before. Something about you has shifted. You carry a presence now that speaks before you do, a quiet authority that cannot be taught or imitated. You belong to a rare few, those set apart not by title, but by refinement. What flows through you is ancient and intentional. Promises planted long before you took your first breath now rising to the surface. The crown you carry is not material or visible to all. It is formed from resilience, built under pressure, obedience chosen in obscurity, faith held when evidence was absent. Some may not recognize it yet, but those with discernment will. What has been placed on you cannot be taken by opinion, opposition, or doubt. The doors you once knocked on are opening from the inside. What you once asked permission for is now meeting you with readiness. This is not the season to retreat or minimize what you carry. This is the moment to move with certainty, aware that you are supported by something greater than yourself. The path ahead may still present resistance, but resistance now serves as confirmation, not intimidation. Authority has already been established. As you step forward, you are not stepping into uncertainty, you are stepping into fulfillment. What you carry will outlive you, shaping paths for those who follow. This is not the end of becoming. It is the beginning of reigning in alignment with who you truly are. What was prepared for you has been waiting patiently. The transition is complete. The season has shifted. And now, the world will begin to recognize what heaven acknowledged long ago. As this message settles, allow your heart to rest in what has already been confirmed within you. Nothing you felt while listening was misplaced, and nothing that stirred inside you happened without meaning. The waiting, the testing, the quiet strength you were asked to carry all belonged to this season, and you have moved through it exactly as you were meant to. You are not late. You are not off course. You have not been forgotten. What has unfolded in your life, both seen and unseen, has been aligning you with the timing that fits you now. You don't need to hold everything together anymore or search for what has already found you. There is permission here to soften, to trust the process that has carried you this far, and to know you are being held even in the spaces between clarity and movement. After this moment, life will not return to how it felt before, not because everything will change immediately, but because you will. Stay here a moment longer, breathing in the stillness that follows, and remain present as we gently transition into the quiet space of prayer ahead. If you feel a quiet stirring after this prayer, You're welcome to share below whatever rests on your heart right now. A hope you're holding, a pain that's been heavy, a question without an answer, or words you've never spoken before. There is no pressure and no right way to say it. Writing it down is more than a comment. It is an act of release, a placing of what you carry into God's care, where it is seen, heard, and gently held in His perfect timing. If this space brought you peace, feel free to share it with someone who may need the same reassurance, and subscribe to remain connected to these moments. You are not alone, and this moment is being kept within God's presence and grace.